I'm trying hard not to be discouraged, but I've had so few ewes, and then I came out to do a mid-morning check, and this one, it wasn't stillborn. I don't know what the hell happened. It just gave up and died, and this would have been my fourth ewe. Frustrating. Well, we're finally on the other side of the just string of bad weather that we've had. You can see the sheep have seemed to be setting up fence, and they're kind of lined up. For the most part, some of the new mums over here are off on their own yet. Dogs are hanging out in the back. But we're ready to move. You can see I gave them a much smaller space and they ate it down much more evenly, so very pleased about that. But they definitely need to move. Alright, we got a few mothers to chase up, but the older lambs are definitely move worthy now. I don't think there's a great way to move newborns, but anyway, I'll give you a brief update. 2 male twins. This one with the brown, she had 2 females and 2 males, and then she had a male and a female all today. And then here, let me look at my book. Let's just go through it. Give me a second. All right, so I gotta check 22's lamb for see if it's a male or female. Oh, golly, it's windy out. Hang on. So it's 2 females, 4 males, and 1 undecided yet, and I gotta get a hold of that one. All right. Everyone's matched. These 3 go with her. That big single goes with her. Those 2 twins go with her. Everyone's matched back up. Moving with day-old lambs is like stressful, but like we still got to do the move. I mean, look at where they were. You guys see the difference? They can't stay on that. It's not good for the mothers. It's not good for nutrition. It's not good for the land. So, you know, we got it sorted out. Just takes a little bit of getting used to. Some of those lambs are at about a week. Well, they be 5 to 6 days old now. It's fun to watch them. They're starting to like jump over the grass so they can see. It's awesome. So we're about halfway done with lambing. We got some more girls, so I got a better read of the situation. We had 4 girls and 1 died. So we're up to 6 ewe lambs total, which is double what I was at this morning. So I'll take the small wins. I think old number 3 here is just starting to go into labor. Couldn't have happened on a more beautiful day. It's like 7 a.m. and it's sunny out, and it's gonna hit about 75 or so today. So these lambs will be born right into majestic circumstances. This is my first lamb that I ever held back when I first started raising sheep. So she's 3 or 4 now, and just one of my absolute favorites. Built like a battle tank, reliable and durable, great mother. Here's that ram. He's got to go soon. I think that one out there wants to lamb, but we'll see if we can get her to the next paddock. All right, well, let's go get the shepherd's crook. Boy, these lambs, if you just can give them a day, they are healthy as can be. We'll just see if we can coax somehow she has 4 lambs on her now. That's interesting. That's not gonna work. See if we can coax the leftovers up here. Oh, that's a new lamb. She's got afterbirth on her. See that? She's... Yeah. We'll see if they can go. We'll just have to be real slow with them. All right, let me switch hands. Just see if we can. Another single. What's that, number 14? All right. Let me take some video of that. All right, let me write that down on my notebook, and then we'll go. So I had another peek at him. That's another male. This is a very weird year for males. All right. Let's see if we can get her pushed up to join the flock so I can close this paddock off. This is the kind of grass we're leaving behind. I mean, there's a fair amount here, but not a ton. We just don't want to put here. Maybe you can see the line with the fence right there. That's what they're getting into. So look at all this grass we have grown. Beautiful ewe. Like, the ewe herself is beautiful. It's a shame she didn't give me a ewe back, but it is what it is, I guess. Let's see if we can get them moved. This is one of my favorite things about sheep, is that these are thorn bushes right here, and this is like their favorite thing to eat. They'll pull that down and eat that down to a bare nothing. So sheep are really a beneficial creature when it comes to keeping your pastures from regressing to kind of forest and shrub. If you can keep sheep on there and keep them moving, it keeps everything super healthy. But that's the new everyone's doing really well. The last round of lambs, I got a few more to go, but the last round of lambs are really getting big enough that they follow well. There's nothing that's too new except for that little guy right there. So they get lots of shade and lots of grass, so they get, here, let me zoom out. They'll get all of this right here up to this fence line until tomorrow, and then we'll go forward that way. I love this silva pasture. The grass is a little rougher and not as nutritious, but the shade is perfect. The shrubs are perfect. The cattle can take the open grass, and the sheep are snoozing in the shade. All right. Well, it's another beautiful morning here in Minnesota. This paddock right here is a good example of why active management is so important, meaning non-static management. I thought this would be sufficient, but it's pretty well chewed down, especially if you look at it compared to where they're going next. And so I'm going to move them this morning instead of this evening. I'm going to move them now. But we had, let me see, let me get my book out. We had 5 more lambs last night, and it was 4 males and a female. So my heavy-duty male crop is still going strong. We had triplets and twins. So it's disappointing because I've only got 7 ewes out of this whole bunch out of 30 lambs so far, which is pretty intense. But we're gonna get them moved here, and just realize hope is not a plan. I have some things in the works to get a couple more ewes this year, and then we are gonna feel the challenge of selling all these rams. It's not a bad thing. I need to learn. I need to expand my customer base anyhow. It's just a different kind of pressure than what I was originally considering. All right. Well, I meant to film more of the move, but it was just, I don't know how to say it. It's too chaotic with brand new lambs. You know, these lambs still had wet umbilicals, and that means they were born relatively recently, and it's just easier. those moms don't want to move. They hunker down for a while in one spot. And so I had to just pick up their lambs and kind of call them forward, and we got them all in and everyone's reunited, but it's just very hard to film that. I guess I might need my camera lady Ann down here if we're going to do something like that. So they're going to be their spot till tomorrow, hopefully. We'll take it as it comes. I maybe made these paddocks a little too small. And then we'll head this way, all the way to the fence line, and then we'll bring them along this kind of silvopasture I established. Ignore this fun pile of garbage. I keep finding garbage on this farm. Like I found a mattress in the woods, which is really nice. Anyway, and they'll come back this way and then out into this part and then back where we started. And it took us about a month to make the rotation. I made the paddocks extra big, so we just tipped the grass. And when I went out and looked at that first field we were in, it's already past my knee, especially on the orchard grass, which really takes off at this time of the year in Minnesota. So anyway, all's well. It's not going to plan, but Anne reminded me, nature doesn't really care about your plans. Anyway, yeah, so we'll continue through our rotations, and then probably beginning of July, we're going to round everyone up and make determinations about what makes the cut for breeding stock and what's going to be castrated. And at that point, I'll have an idea of what I got. I was having a conversation with another local farmer, and he asked how many I always do, and I told him I don't have a set number because I think it's more important that what you put forward is really good. It's going to represent my farm for generations on other people's farms, and I really want that quality, if it's going to be a breeding ram, to be perfect, or as close to perfect as I can manage. So it's another beautiful day.